Good morning, everybody. Wonderful to see all your faces popping in, all the little square rectangles coming onto my screen. Lovely to see you all. I'm going to do my imitation of Cathy Bullock. Whoa, boy, it's great to see you all. Whoa, yes. Okay, all right. That's my poor imitation of Cathy Bullock. Nice to see you all. And my name is Dennis Donnelly. I'm the co-director of the, or not co-director, but the co-founder of the Ubuntu Choirs Network, and I'm very happy to pass it over right now to my two colleagues in Victoria, BC, Canada, Cathy Baker and Dick Jackson. Cathy and Dick, take it away.
Welcome here, everyone, to the Daily Antidote of Song, and especially those flying in through the magic of Facebook. It's great to see you all. This is day 566. Oh, how awesome it is that this program exists. Thank you, Joe, and thank you all for the support of Carpe Diem Arts. Good morning, Kaitie Ty, our guest today on the west coast of the U.S. Hello, Joe. Hello, Aaron on the tech. You do an awesome job. Good morning, Dennis. Good morning, Luca. I'm so glad you're here with your dad and your mom. Hello, Annette and Deborah and Susan G in Ohio. Hello, Kate in Charlottesville. Good morning to you, Arlene in Berkeley. Hello, Susan in Massachusetts and Martha in Oregon. Hello, Cheryl in Victoria. Hello, Amanda and Miles. Sheila in Florida. Hello, Sherry in New Hampshire. It's lovely to see you, Bonnie in Idaho, there with your dear mom. Hello, Bonnie's mom. Hello, Sarah Page and Anne in Nashville. Hello, Deli in Maryland. Hello, Luca and Mark in Victoria, BC. Hello, Carolyn in DC. Hello, Barbara in Kentucky. Hello, Anne in Maryland and Becky Kane in BC. Hello, Trish. You're almost a neighbor in Esquimalt. Hello, Ruth in Birmingham, England. Good day to Carolyn in Idaho. Hello, Christiana. Hello, Elizabeth Melvin. So great to see you here, another Ubuntu colleague. Hello, Jamie Dundas. Hello, Toby in California. Hello, Storm. It's wonderful to see you here. Hello, Carol and Anne in Maine. Hello, Kirsten Zurbrigg. And we must mention Nancy and her fabulous Irish cow in Washington. Hello, Phil. Hello, Bronwyn. Oh, great to see your name here, Sid. Hello, Bob. And I'm on a new screen. Hello, Beth Lyons. I hope I haven't missed anyone, because we're all now piled in here in the Daily Antidote of Song.
Wow.
Wow, what a gorgeous morning or afternoon or midday, wherever you are. I'm sure it is. And can you tell that we're excited to be here?
Woo.
It's been a wonderful week so far. This has been Ubuntu week, and we've had some wonderful singing together and great guests. And this is the penultimate day, and we're really happy to have Kaitie Ty here. I also noticed that Beth Lyons, she showed up on my screen somewhere. Beth will be our guest tomorrow.
Wave if you like.
And I wonder what other Ubuntu members there are, if you'd like to wave enthusiastically, if you're an Ubuntu choir leader who is here joining us today. It's lovely.
Hey there,
Yahoo.
Elizabeth.
Good to see you. I'd have to scroll to the other screen. And of course, Dennis Donnelly,
Thank you.
who's been co-hosting much of the week. And Kaitie, wow, you have had a lot on your plate this year, shall we say. We know that you're involved in so many amazing things. Kaitie Ty was once a member of the Golden Bridge Choir. Many of you know of that, and some of you might even be members. That's the choir led by...
Sure, there's Arlene.
Yeah, Arlene, of course. led by Maggie Wheeler and Emil Hassan Dyer. Among other beautiful things that Kaitie Ty brought to that choir, in addition to her voice, was her sign language interpreting, her ASL interpreting. And we've had the joy of seeing some of that in action, and it is indeed beautiful to see. Kaitie, you've been involved in singing with Parkinsons and singing as a healing practice. Very involved in your community, and I know this has been, imagine this has been a different kind of a year for you, and not everyone has brought a baby into the world during a global pandemic, but somehow Kaitie and her partner brought this beautiful being into the world. There is David Mansfield's daddy, and there's Luca. Lovely to see you, Luca.
Hi there,
it's
everybody.
so great
Wave
that
to
your
Luca.
mom is here. And of course, singing has had to be on hiatus for some time for you, but you're getting back in it. So how much would you like to tell us about the reality of your world these days?
Thank you for that fabulous introduction, Cathy. Hi, Luca. Hi, sweetie. You want to share something? Hi. He can probably see you all. This kid's been FaceTiming since he was a day old. Yeah, thank you for mentioning all that. It has been such a journey since I found community singing. And I just, I was 3 months pregnant when lockdown happened, which was a huge shock to the system, and had Luca before the vaccine was available, which has been a huge shock to our lifestyle because to this day we still kind of have no childcare. And it's been quite a journey to have this big life and medical event in the midst of a global crisis when there was so little support available. What do you want to say about it, honey? That's a crazy entry point that you picked, but we're so glad to have you here.
Hi.
I had pictured having this child in the midst of, singing and being able to hand him around, and instead I'm in front of a computer and a looper, and he's still digging it. He's like, okay, let's do that. Let's sing together however we can sing together. So I stopped all the working. My choir has been on Zoom. I have a wonderful co-leader named Sarah Stutz, and she actually kept the choir open for a while when I couldn't because of parental leave. And then just this Thursday, we restarted again. So if you're like, ooh, I really want to sing on Thursday nights, West Coast time, you can absolutely join us because we just started an 8-week session after a long break. And I am really hoping to, hopefully in the next couple weeks, get something up that is a little more baby friendly. So it'll be 5 o'clock West Coast time, about a half an hour long, very short and designed for babies and parents or babies and grown-ups or whatever, but really just not a lot of talking, just singing, and half hour and very baby friendly. So I've got the living room choir. You can go to thelivingroomchoir.com if you want to join us, and the baby something. I'll probably call it Simple Harmonies. And then I'm hoping that we'll get to sing in person again. But right now, since I can't get my child vaccinated, I'm still holding off on that.
Okay.
And yeah, and I've been drawing a lot, as Dick pointed out.
For those who want to know, I just wanted to mention how we know Kaitie Ty. She came to do the community choir leadership training program under Dennis and Siobhan. I can't remember what year that was.
2016.
2016.
How do I know
the same
this?
year that Cathy did it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
She stayed with us, and we had a lovely time. So we miss you.
I miss you too. And I got to tell you, when I found out that Luca was coming, I was like, oh, I'm going to take him to Dick and Cathy's house in Victoria. We're like, I'm already planning the visit. And so now I'm just still planning it. And one of these days we'll get there. But every time that we have tuned into this, somebody mentioned that he seems kind of transfixed. When you, Dick and Cathy, when you're singing, he's like, every time. It's so sweet.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Have you got a song for us today?
I do. Yeah.
And
I do have a song.
Tell us about it.
Thanks for asking. So I decided to lead a song that I call Surrender. This song, I think it came about in 2016, when this whole journey of me leading songs started. And at the time, I was struggling with a brain injury that was like, I was having a hard time healing this concussion. And I think that was kind of when the songs started flooding in. This was one of the first ones that landed in such a way that then other song leaders took it, and it has traveled more it's just one of the first ones of mine that really traveled. And I thought, since I'm getting to lead with people who are all over the country, maybe all over the world, I don't know who's here today, and people who are very local too, like Arlene, who sings in my choir with me, that I wanted to share this one, because some of you might have already encountered it, and if you haven't yet, I think it's applicable all the time. So you can see the words in the chat. What if I just stopped struggling? And there's a question mark, because what if? What would happen if? I feel like I'm frequently sort of railing against whatever's actually happening. I want it to be different. I want it to be different. I want it to be different. And what if I just stop struggling? There's always spaciousness and something magical around the corner, has been my experience. But I invite you to find out what your experience is. If you can find that place in you that's holding on or bracing or not allowing you to feel a feeling that needs to be felt, whatever the thing is, what if I just stop struggling? Then we've got Let It Go and Can I Surrender? And I'm going to sing each part separately, and then we'll just layer them together. So here we go. What if I just stop struggling? What if I just stop struggling? That's part one. What if I just stop struggling? Ask the question. What if I just stop struggling? Part two. Oh, hang on. What if I just stop struggling? Here's part two. What if I just stop struggling? What if I just stop struggling? And then we've got Let It Go. Let it go. Let it go. And then, of course, the very important question. Can I surrender? Can I surrender? Can I surrender? Can I surrender? We're going to put it all together now. Pick your part or travel around or do something new that I haven't thought of yet. Here we go. What if I just stop struggling? 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 stop struggling? What if I just 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 stop struggling? Let it go. What if I just stop? That's part of the song. You go at the end.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you, Katie.
So gorgeous.
Thank you.
Anything else you'd like to tell us about that song before we wrap that part?
Oh.
I like that someone was waving a white handkerchief.
That's Carolyn.
Thanks, Carolyn.
She sings in the Getting Higher choir now.
Of course you do. Oh, that's awesome. I think there's so much power in surrender. The whole situation with the pandemic changing every plan we thought we had. And of course, it's happening at the same time as all of this stuff that we need to deal with is surfacing to be dealt with. And there's this conflict of like, I need to get out there and fix the things, and it's not safe to get out there. And or like, how do I get out there and keep people safe at the same time? How do I connect and keep people safe at the same time? And I just think, I don't know, I think more will be revealed, and I think that it's incredibly painful to have this separation. And that also, for example, like in this Daily Antidote, we have found all sorts of amazing silver linings and all sorts of ways to connect anyway. And I think that that is a testament to like, what if you surrender to the situation as it is? What can you do with it? And I think, Joe, you have found a way to do something with this. And that all of you, by joining in, you are continually finding a way to work within the limitations that we're working with for community singing. And that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And I think that there's a lot of ways to do that on a microcosmic level and on a big global level as well. So that's kind of what's resonating for me today, is just what if I surrender to what is, then what's available, what's here. And I get to sing with all of you today.
Yeah, beautiful.
Oh, yeah. So true. And I think many of us can relate, especially in this community singing world. When you say that it's been painful, I don't know how many times this year the word agonizing has come up.
Decisions to make about being in person or not.
Yeah.
Run things.
And the back and forth, the sort of emotional whiplash we get as things change and then change again.
Yeah.
And I guess I also want to say a lot of people over the years have told me this song has helped them grieve. Mm-hmm. And I know that for me, I really I do struggle against grief. I don't want to feel it. And I think that's pretty common in our culture that, we kind of have this narrative of success and keep going. And, I was sort of embarrassed to say I haven't really been working lately because life has been too much for me to also go back to work. But that narrative is based on a certain kind of making it look good, showing up in a certain kind of way that's based on a really specific cultural ideal. And I think we have to grieve. That ideal doesn't work anymore. Yeah. And a lot of people have lost people and lost dreams over this, and it's okay to grieve. That's how we move forward.
Yeah.
We can't move forward without accepting it.
Yeah, and even another spin on the phrase "working," like I'm not working. Idea of it's like, are you kidding?
Yeah.
A mom in a pandemic with no childcare? It's like, are you're not working for money outside the home and all the other million things that you're taking on so like beautifully and richly, and
Yeah. It's been a very rich time. That I'm not bored.
oh gosh, no.
Can we spotlight Luca as well here,
Luke
and
and
David?
David, just let's bring them into the conversation. I don't know, or I don't know if we can have three. Oh, look, we can.
Hello.
Hi, baby.
Oh, we did. Can you hear us? Oh,
Yeah.
But I think also, I mean, in addition to, obviously having beautiful parents, because look at this beautiful being in the world. But what a gift, in some ways, it is for wee Luca to have parents who are not otherwise distracted by jobs outside the home. For other things, and what a gift to this baby to have so much of your undivided attention.
Absolutely. I think it has probably been more stabilizing for him and his colleagues, the folks who came in when he did. Usually both parents are home, or all the parents are home, or a lot of us have been working from home or not working during this time. And it is, as much as I really was dreaming of taking him out of the house and being with a lot of people right away, I think this has been so stabilizing for him. So I'm the one who gets to grieve, and he's the one who gets to celebrate, and then we can also celebrate together because we've gotten so much bonding time with this amazing kid.
Yeah.
And he's really good for our mental health. When life gets depressing, he invariably cheers us up.
Yeah.
And that's been a really lovely reality in this house.
Yeah, and I know you guys have lots on your plates, and you probably can't. I mean, there's a lot going on physically, but I want to read out for your sake what look at that funny baby, something that Aaron wrote into the chat. Aaron says, I love the idea that surrendering as a positive instead of a negative. Fighting against the storm can drown you, but if you take a breath, the waves carry you.
Yes. Yes.
If you take a breath, the waves carry you. There's, birthing imagery in there too.
Oh, yeah.
Birthing a new being, birthing new ideas into this world in a new way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. Definitely.
One thing I just realized that some people might not have heard is you do cartooning.
Yeah, I do. And I love that you mentioned that because I forget that I do it. It's just been a sweet way for me to process. David is a cartoonist, and I cartooned when I was growing up, but then I stopped for many years. And then now that we're living together, he basically said, I want to do cartoons with you. And I was like, oh, yeah. And I have been doing it ever since.
And you can show one on the screen or point people to?
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Hey, Joe, do you have any of the things that I sent you handy, or should I grab something?
I think
Aaron has them, so just let us know what you want.
Can you share the first JPEG, if it's possible to screen share, and then maybe put the Instagram handles in the link?
Sounds great. Can you just chat for a minute while we're getting it lined
up? Yeah, so it's been really sweet living with David because he is actually a trained cartoonist and I'm not. So I get to do a journal doodle of some sort and then show it to him and be like, what doesn't work about this? What works about it? And I've learned a lot about digital drawing, which is not something I ever thought I would get to do, but it lets me do all the things that I wanted to do when I was working with pen and paper, where I can layer different things and then erase different things and use colors and also keep things black and white at the same time.
As someone who's seen some of them, I mean, they're so relatable. I guess that's what makes cartooning, something just the simplicity of the lines and the relatable and funny. And some of them are so incredibly poignant. And I'm not sure if that was one that you sent. I won't say anything about it unless but Kaitie, you have this way of capturing this incredible simplicity, but wrapping up the beautiful emotion in any way.
Thank you. Is that the one you were thinking of, Cathy?
The one I was thinking of.
Yeah, this is a recent one.
That in.
Luca. I'm watching Luca's face. Yeah, that's you, honey. You're in that picture.
And circumstances.
We had no idea what was headed for us. Absolutely no. Yeah, it's been interesting because it seems like people are really responding to the cartoons, and obviously when I was drawing them growing up, we didn't really have the internet yet. Hi, sweetie. So now that I'm sharing them on Instagram and on Facebook, people are responding, and it's making me excited to share more because I think journaling has always been a big part of what I do. Like my songs are journaling. What if I just stop struggling is completely my internal world coming into song form. And to have something visual to share over the internet platform has been a sweet thing. And I would love to connect with you on Instagram or any other platform. Come sing with me, come draw with me, come. Oh yeah, there's another one. This one came through. Actually, I was meditating, I was meditating with Luca in my arms. I feel like this was his wisdom that he brought to me. That these are the, we're in these little suburban houses right next to our neighbors and we never see them, but we are still connected. And I felt like Luca knows that. I feel like the babies know that they are not feeling disconnected. They know you're out there. They feel you. I don't know how.
Yeah.
But it's just the feeling I get.
Wow.
Oh,
Beautiful.
blowing kisses.
Thank you so much, Kaitie. And we don't want to just turn everything off at 9:30. Can you sing us out? Can we sing that maybe a few rotations through that gorgeous song?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then we will say our goodbyes.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much for having me today. This is an amazing project, and I am just honored to be part of it. Thank you, Dick and Cathy, Dennis and Joe and Aaron, and everybody else who's here. I'm going to turn everything on. We'll sing together, and we'll fade it out. How about that?
Rock it.
Sounds
Here we
good.
go. Stop. Pick your part. Stop struggling. What if I just stop struggling? 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 What if I just stop?
Thank you, Kaitie Ty Warren. It's
Thank
been
you.
awesome having you as a guest here. Goodbye to everyone on Facebook Live. I hope you can take that wisdom and singing into your day. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Aaron, for the tech support. Thank you, Carpe Diem Arts, for this obviously sustaining, beautiful community that you're sponsoring. And we'll love to sing everyone out and really have a fabulous day. And remember, Beth Lyons is here tomorrow, and this Daily Antidote is available every day of the week.
Goodbye,
Goodbye,
Facebook.
Kaitie. It's been so lovely. Goodbye, Joe. Goodbye, Aaron. Goodbye, Dennis and Annette and Deborah. Goodbye, Susan G. in Ohio. Goodbye, Arlene. Goodbye, Susan in Massachusetts. Goodbye, Martha. Goodbye, Cheryl. It's so lovely to see you, Amanda and Miles. Have an awesome day in Michigan. Goodbye to Bonnie in Idaho and your beautiful mother. Goodbye, Sarah. Goodbye, Deli. Goodbye, Luca and Mark. Goodbye, Carolyn. I said Luca and I meant Luda.
2, 3.
Goodbye, Barb. Goodbye, Anne. Goodbye, Becky. Ruth in Birmingham. Goodbye, Carolyn. What is that thing you're holding up? Let's be sure we can all see it. Carolyn in Ohio. Oh, how sweet. Goodbye, Christian. Goodbye, Elizabeth. Goodbye, Jamie Dundas in Victoria. Goodbye, Carol. Goodbye, Nancy and your sweet Irish cow who always deserves honorable mention. Goodbye, Luca, such a sweet little baby. Goodbye, David, thanks for sharing your wonderful partner and mother with us today.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Aloysius, goodbye, Storm, goodbye, Phil in Spain.
Yeah. Hey, Phil.
You're usually in Totnes, and it's lovely that you can be here tuning in from so far away from home. Goodbye, Kirsten. Oh, how beautiful. Goodbye, Sherry. Goodbye, Toby. Goodbye, Mabel and the Bears. Goodbye, Sheila and Beth Lyons. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Anne. Goodbye, Bob. And goodbye, Trish. Goodbye, Julie. Goodbye, Anne in Maine. Goodbye, Bronwyn. Goodbye, Penny. And Loriana. Goodbye, Suzanne. I think that's everyone. It's been such a lovely way to spend this part of the day. Oh, how wonderful it is this exists. The Daily Antidote of Song. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you so much for being here.
She's the best. Thanks, everybody.